Hey guys, Chelsea here, and in this video I want to talk to you about this part of, towards the end of the first paragraph of this passage. So the key thing I want to drive home here is that this guy is going to be a bit of a weird dude. He's not going to be like a lot of other dudes that you met. He's not going to have a lot of the same motivations that you've ever really understood, right? So he's not like, you know, looking for someone to approve of him. He's not, you know, it's not the normal things here. There's going to be something weird going on. And this is our first clue. This here in this first paragraph, this is the end of the first paragraph, you know, he's reading the letter out loud. So, first of all, I mean, people who read letters out loud to themselves are a little bit interesting anyway. Unless you're practicing for a speech or something. Usually you don't necessarily do that when you're alone. Okay, so he's reading this letter out loud to himself. And this is the letter where he got fired, right? So the president fired him. And he springs to his feet. Okay, so that means he jumps up, right? He jumps up and he mimes the sentence out loud. So you can imagine he jumps up from his desk and he's moving his arms around like a very over-dramatic Shakespeare play. You know, just and everything and moving the hands and the stuff. Triumphantly, okay? That's not because he necessarily, you know, won anything, because he, well, obviously didn't. He got fired, so he lost something. But it's just this idea that the emotions are very just big and grand and, oh, yes, big, thing. Okay, so that's the idea. And he says, in inverted commas, it is a phrase that's used to refer to quotation marks, right? But in this case, that's not what it means. The point here is just to say that, you know, everything is sort of being turned on its head, and the whole idea, it's just adding to this bigness and grandiosity and stuff, right? So he's making it very kind of big and silly. In a lot of senses, kind of silly. So bringing the whole force of his personality to bear on this specimen or exhibit of the incredible, right? So he thinks that this particular letter is just absolutely preposterous, super ridiculous, crazy, and he is going to, you know, so bring to bear is this phrase that sort of means like, you know, you're bringing everything that you have, you're giving it all, you're bringing it all to bear on this thing. So, you know, so his whole personality, everything that he is, all of his happiness, his sadness, he's bringing it all out. Again, he is doing this weird, like, Shakespeare type of a performance, like, for himself, right? He just jumps up and he's got these big arm waving and it's just exaggerated and triumphant and, oh, yes, and it's my whole personality here in this thing. Well, okay, so this was happening. That's what actually is happening. And we can start to think to ourselves, gosh, I mean, this guy seems a little bit strange, right? Now, maybe he is perfectly interesting, right? And he could be actually quite funny. But he definitely does seem a little bit different. And this is our first clue. So I think it's a good, you know, nice like check-in moment, also to just kind of piece through some of these things. But let's take this idea that this guy is going to be kind of an interesting dude. Let's take it with us into the next couple of questions.